Hello everyone. In previous classes we are done with the classification and the general types of the capital market. So in today's class, before going for the bond market and the credit market, even for the money market, we are going to study some of the special type of the capital market instruments which is there in the international capital markets. As you know, in the stock exchanges of any country, it is traded in the domestic currency, right? So, what if Indian company wants to enter into or register into the stock exchange of another country, for example, US? Then, in what currency they are going to transact in that particular country is a question, and that question is answered by these instruments. So there are four main international capital market instruments. So the first one is the Global Depository Receipts. Global Depository Receipts is an instrument which allows Indian corporate banks, non-banking financial companies, etc. to raise the funds through equity shares, very importantly through equity shares abroad, to augment their resources for the domestic operations. So for the domestic operations, if any company wants the funds from the international investors, then they can raise the global depository receipts. Simply they cannot issue the GDRs. Okay, there is some of the restrictions. As per the recent guidelines on the issue of the GDRs, a corporate entity can issue any number of the GDR issues in a year, and the corporate involved in the infrastructure products need not have a fast track record of the financial performance. For issue of the GDRs, there need not to be any track records for only infrastructure project companies. Okay, and let's see how these transactions will be done. A GDR is a dollar denominated instrument. Okay, it is a dollar denominated instrument of a company traded in a stock exchanges outside the country of the origin, that is outside the India. Okay, so that is traded in European and South Asian markets. It represents certain number of underlying equity shares. So that means one GDR means several number of the equity shares. Though GDR is quoted and traded in dollar terms, the underlying equity shares are denominated in rupees only. Instead of issuing in the names of the individual shareholders, the shares are issued by the company to an intermediary called the depository. So the GDR is not directly sold from the companies to its investors. It is first traded to the depository. Usually it will be a depository bank, and the depository banks are going to issue these GDRs to the investors or buyers of those GDRs. It is the depository which subsequently issue the GDR to the subscribing people. The physical possession of the equity shares will be with the another intermediary called a custodian. Okay, the physical possessions, these all things you are already studied under the capital market operations. The custodian is there, and that physical possession will be in the hands of the custodian, who is an agent of the depository. Okay, the custodian will be the agent of the depository. Though GDR represents the company's shares, it has a distinct identity and does not figure in the books of the company. Okay, so GDRs will not be there separately in the books of the company. It is already included in the equity shares. We'll go to the second type, foreign currency convertible bonds. So this type of the securities is almost like a convertible bonds, but there are some of the special features. Foreign currency convertible bonds are issued in accordance with the scheme and subscribed by a non-resident in the foreign currency. Remember, it is not sold in the foreign markets, it is sold in the home market itself, but it is subscribed by non-residents and it is subscribed in the foreign currency, and it will be convertible into the ordinary shares of issuing company in any manner, either in whole or part, on the basis of only equity related warrants. Okay, so these convertible bonds are convertible to the equities attached to the debt instruments. The FCCBs is almost like a convertible debentures issued in India. The bond has a fixed interest or the coupon rate. So usually for the bonds there will be a coupon rate which is the fixed return for those bonds. The bonds are listed and traded on one or more stock exchanges abroad. So this will be listed and traded in one or more stock exchanges. Till conversion, the company has to pay the interest on FCCBs in dollars. So the return or the coupon rate is paid in dollars itself or in some other foreign currencies. Okay, and if the conversion option is not exercised, the redemption also to be done in the foreign currency. Okay, so if the conversion is not done, then they have to pay in on the basis of the present value of the shares of that particular company. The bonds are generally unsecured bonds it is. The third one is the American depository receipts. The foreign company may issue in US by issuing a securities through appointment of the bank as a depository. So through bank they are going to issue. By keeping the securities issued by the foreign company, the US bank will issue the receipts called American depository receipts. So this type of the instruments are issued by the US bank, okay, by keeping the securities of the companies in their hand. It is a negotiable instrument recognizing a claim on the foreign security. The holder of ADS can transfer the instruments as in the case of the domestic instrument and also entitled for dividend as and when it is declared. So ADS are also getting the dividends. The ADS holder can ask the bank for original foreign security by exchanging the ADS on the basis of the securities which the ADS are issued can be demanded by the ADS holder, and the US bank have to give that particular security against the ADS. The bank will act as a custodian for the investor, and ADS can be described as a negotiable instrument denominated in US dollar representing a non-US company's local currency equity shares or known as depository receipts. So ADS will be in the US dollar and the company's securities may not be in the US dollar. Okay, so if any of the ADR holder wants that security, then in what currency those securities are there, so on the basis of that only they are going to get the securities. So this information is little bit advanced aspects I have sent in this particular PPT, and so that you can read and understand these all things. We'll continue with fourth type of the international capital market. External commercial borrowings is the borrowing of 180 days. Okay, ECB is the borrowing by the corporate and financial institutions from the international market. ECBs include the commercial bank loans, buyer's credit, supplier's credit securities, instruments such as the floating rate notes and the fixed rate bonds, credit from export credit agencies, borrowing from the international financial institutions such as IFC. ECBs is a borrowing over the 180 days, 6 months or more than that. Okay, and it is borrowed by the corporates and the financial institutions from the international market. The incentives available for such loans is a relatively lower financing cost. For the ECBs, the financing cost will be lower, and ECBs can be taken in a major currency. Okay, any of the major currencies, usually that will be in the reserve currencies as mentioned in the IMF. Okay, so those reserve currencies are US dollar, euro, Japanese yen, Chinese yuan, and the pound. Okay, so usually ECBs are traded in these major currencies, and some of the other currencies possibilities also there. ECBs are being permitted by the government for providing an additional source of the funds to the Indian corporates. So Indian government is permitted to take the ECBs for the public sector units. So that's it for today's class. In coming classes we are going to speak about the bond markets, credit markets, and the money market in international level.